Hey guys, half a day. Oh, I'm on my way home from doing a 2-hour gig shift, but I'm not going to talk about that. I'm actually just trying to see if I can find a spot to do my live stream for the sunset. I was hoping I was going to get home in time to do a sunset walk. Nope, this isn't going to be a good spot. The house and the trees are already blocking my way, so this spot isn't going to work. And probably by the time I find a spot to park, even though it's not a sunset walk, I know that I still want, I haven't done my sunset walk in, well, I did the sunset walks there in South Carolina, but let me see, I'm trying, because once the sun starts to set, it don't take long at all. I'm trying to see if I can find a spot. Wait for me. Because it's looking nice. It was a beautiful day. I mean, I loved it today. Oh, that would have been a good spot. Doggone it. But I'd be parking in front of somebody's house. I mean, right now, my car is showing 71. It was sunny, blue skies, and it is perfect weather. I love the like I said, I've said in the past, the upper 60s to the low 70s. It's perfect weather. Oh, this let's see. I think I might have a spot to park. So I guess I'll end up editing the title on this to Park and a Sunset. Well, the wrong type of park. Car park and a sunset. But how's everybody's Tuesday? Well, you're here, and I appreciate you guys popping in. I'm just trying to find a spot for me to park and watch the sunset. So I do hope that you guys will hang around and keep me company while we watch the sunset. Most of the time, I usually do a walk, going for a walk and doing the sunset. And we're talking, and sometimes we've gotten to see deers, but hi, Connie, Gloria, Kelly, thank you guys so much for being here, supporting my channel. I appreciate it. And the sunset's disappearing. Wait for me. Oh man. Let me see if you guys can see it. I mean, I know it's a little crooked. I apologize for that. But the sunset is right. The sun is setting right over there, and maybe I can park at this church over here. But the trees are probably blocking it. So, but hopefully everybody's having a fantastic Tuesday. Again, if you're just now popping in, apologize for the crooked view. But they're like, who is this? What are they doing? Ah, look at that. All right. This is perfect. All right, let me take this off. Look at that. This is a perfect spot. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit. Look at that. Look at the colors already. I love that. Good evening, good morning, depending on where y'all are watching from. But if you guys are new to my channel, I am live streaming from the good old state of Central Texas. Okay. Look at that sunset. Hey, Corey. Good evening. Thank you for joining. Catching the tail end of the sunset. The sun literally is just disappearing beyond that tree line. Look at the color that's giving. Okay. I popped in and I tried popping into your live yesterday. But it just kept buffering, and I would leave and come back, and it was just constantly buffering. So, and then I popped into the live stream where it was both Cassandra and Eric. I was saying hi, and I hung in for a little bit to support. A spring tumbler contest. Awesome. But hello, everybody. Thank you for popping in. Hi. Half a day. But again, look at the sunset. I mean, when I zoom in a little bit, it does the colors a little bit more justice. So let's zoom in a little bit. Look at that. I thought I was live, but I guess it booted me, but it still showed I was live. And I was wondering about that. I don't know if you saw when I popped in and said hi. I mean, literally, as soon as I popped in, then next you know, you started buffering. So, but hi, hello, half a day. That's how you say hello in Chamorro. From a tiny tropical island in the South Pacific called Guam. Say half a day. You remember seeing? Oh, okay. That's good. Oh, thank you guys for all the emojis. So now I know if I have to do a park and sunset, I know this is what I can do. This is where I can go, because this is a beautiful spot, because it's right over the tree line, and this is a beautiful spot. Hey, Mike. Half a day. Good evening. And for those of you guys like Mike, you were there during my live stream on the road trip yesterday. We ended up getting home after midnight. So my hubby wasn't exactly happy. He's like, you need to rest. You don't need to get out there and work. And I said, I'm only going to do a couple of hours in the evening shift. But yeah, we were on the road from 6 o'clock Texas time to just after midnight. Because we left my mother-in-law's house It was just after 7 o'clock, but that was South Carolina time. That was Eastern Standard Time. So in Texas, it was only just after 6. So in other words, the words of just, you were living pretty much. I mean, my hubby, my poor hubby, and I even asked him during that last 2 hours, I was like, do you want me to drive? Do you want me to drive? I think he didn't want me to drive because, you know, I don't drive as fast as he does. Look at the colors from the sunset. And next time, because I know as we traveled through Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, there's been a handful of, you know, YouTubers that I follow that I'm like, hey, I'm passing by your neighborhood. And if we had more time, because Dee was like, hey, if you guys are going to be traveling through Shreveport, you know, we can do a quick hi and hello, meet up at a gas station or something. And that would have been awesome. I mean, it would have been perfect timing if we could have made it to Shreveport. And that's, you know, to gas up there and meet up with him. But unfortunately, we had to stop. I think we were like 30 or 40 miles away from Shreveport. And we had to stop to get gas. So I told him, I said, I'm sorry, not this time around. Won't be able to do the meetup. But definitely catch him on the next time because, you know, traveling through Shreveport. Hold on, I'm just trying to... Nope, there's too much messy stuff right there. Traveling through Shreveport is... we pass by there all the time. Yep, it's just the remaining colors of the sunset. But I love it. I love it when it casts those red and orange colors into the sky. I just love it. I know I wasn't able to offer much of the sunset today, but maybe on the next. I shared the light. Okay, thank you, Mike. You are so awesome. I know before I went to bed last night, and my daughter's like, quit checking. Like, I can't help it. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers, so of course I want to know. But before I went to bed, I got up to 9:13. And when I got up this morning and even throughout the day, I had started to lose subs. I think I ended up losing 3. So before doing this live stream, or actually even before leaving to go to work to do this gig shift that I just finished, I was sitting at 9:10. So thank you. Hey, I think I'm pronouncing it right because I've heard Mike and I saw you on Mike's channel. So thanks for popping in. Cool? Is that how you pronounce it? Koul? Is it cool? But thanks for popping in. But I think, like I said, that was earlier today before I started my gig shift, that I was sitting at 910 subscribers. So 90 subs to go, and I have a week and a half. My birthday is in a week and a half, and I know I'm going to keep saying it every live stream that I do, but it's my goal. It's my goal and my wish to get my channel finally fully monetized. I'm only partially. Oh, little girl's waving. She's waving at cars driving by. But the car that was in the opposite direction of me, I don't know if he saw the little girl waving or he thought I was waving at him, because he stuck his arm out the window and started waving. Yes, right. Thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, I'm using my birthday wishes to try and get fully monetized. But like I said, I'm only partially. I can do memberships, the super chats and stuff like that. But I don't get paid for views yet. My channel hit the 1 year mark last September. So for those of you guys that are looking to start a channel and get monetized, just know that it's hard when it comes to your watch hours, for sure, especially once you hit your 1 year mark. Any videos, especially if your videos and your live streams did really well and it garnered a lot of watch hours. So not necessarily the video itself, but the watch hours. Once those watch hours hit the 1 year mark, if your channel is not fully monetized, those hours go away. So that I've been battling that for the last, since last September. And I was so close before I started losing, I was so close. I got up to just over 3,600 watch hours. Of course you need 4,000, and I got so close, over 3,600 watch hours before I started hitting that down slope. And even though I'm still earning more watch hours, it's that battle of the new hours fighting with the old hours. So sometimes I go up just a smidge, and then sometimes I drop. I know, with y'all's support, for sure. Every time you guys join my live stream and hang around for a while, that I truly appreciate that. And Mike, Corey, since you guys are here and you guys do lots of live streams, what do you guys think? I don't know if you guys have talked about it in your own live streams, but what do you guys think about the whole update? When you end your live stream, you know how it pops up that little box telling you your statistics of how your live stream went. Before it used to show how many watch hours your live stream earned. Now it doesn't. So, and I always found, I always liked being able to see that one, specific bit of information was how many, especially if you did a live stream for 2 hours, and depending on how many people attended your live stream, you could have earned anywhere from 4 to 20 hours or more, again, based on how many people, joined your live stream and stuck around during that time. Now you don't even see that. Yeah, it shows you if you've gained any subscribers and whatnot, but that you can see, outside of the live stream. But I was just curious. Not sure why they removed the watch hour statistics. Not sure why they got rid of it, but I tend to have a good idea how well my average strength does with watch hours. Then I check on the PC. Yes. And for a brief moment, and not all the time, am I able to run to my laptop and be able to check the statistic, the statistic of how the live stream did. Because sometimes it'll show it briefly and then it disappears. And then sometimes it doesn't even show at all how many watch hours the live stream gained. it ends up just reverting back to how many watch hours is being earned after it was posted. So I'm at a loss. Before I could, other than the long form videos that we post, I would get an idea, because it does the whole 5-day wait. So today's the 8th. It's showing me my my watch hours from April 3rd. Because they have to verify that the watch hours are legit. But hey, Olivia, good evening. How are you? I just did a mini sunset live after I finished my gig shift. I just worked for 2 hours, mainly doing DoorDash, which for those of you guys that are here, be on the lookout, because what happened tonight, I'm really concerned. So be on the lookout. As soon as I go in the house and end this live stream, I'm going to be working on editing that video of what happened during my shift tonight. And all I can say, it does have to do with DoorDash. Because even though I had the other apps open, it was the only one that I was accepting offers on. So yeah. Ice baby. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, because I'm they tried to reassure me, but I'm just concerned. I would if I had one there. How was your day, Olivia? Hey, Presley. Good evening. Yeah, I was just getting in my daily live stream. I've been going live practically every day for the last 3 weeks, and I think I've only missed 3 days in that time. You worked in the morning and then did a double Instacart one. Ooh, nice. I love the customers that do that, the ones that surprise you. Yeah, I had Instacart and Spark on along with DoorDash, but DoorDash was the only one that was really offering anything that was okay. They weren't great. They were just okay. My husband for sure would have like, no, don't take that. No, don't take that. But I was like, I didn't want to just waste more of my time, because I only gave myself 2 hours to work. And I didn't want to waste a lot of that time just sitting and waiting. But like I said, stay tuned for my DoorDash danger. I wonder if I should call it that. Danger, Will Robinson, danger. How late did y'all get in from Miss South? Oh, yeah. I mentioned it earlier in the live stream, but we ended up getting home just after midnight, because we ended up stopping one more time. I think we were about 2.5 hours away from home, and we, the hubby already knew that, but by the time we got home, we'd be too tired really to eat anything. So we stopped by McDonald's for dinner, and but that's the other reason why we ended up getting home after midnight instead of after 11, because I figured closer to 11:30 with the added stops and getting gas and whatnot. So, but yeah, it was just after midnight. Not too bad. I know it's brutal in the car that long. Yes. Yeah. For my husband said that's it. We're not. We're not. My father-in-law, and he's in his 70s. He did it, but I felt bad as I was thinking about it. I was like, why didn't I ask him to sit in the front seat every now and then, so that way he could have stretched out his legs a little bit more than sitting in the back seat the entire time. So bad daughter-in-law, bad. I didn't even think about that until we were home, especially after what my hubby told me what, you know, he had said, that long car ride hurt his butt. So yeah, I felt really bad. I was like, man, I should have had him done. Then that way I would sleep in the back and he could sit up here with my hubby and they can talk and keep my hubby awake. I should have thought about that. So if we ever do the car rides, long car rides like that, not straight shot, I don't think we'd be driving more than 16 hours in the future, because my hubby, it messes with his back for that, you know, long rides. And then now I know my father-in-law cannot do that. Hey, Tornado. Good evening. Yes. Hey, Terry. Thank you guys for being here. You guys probably just popped in when I said my father-in-law, you know, that long car ride hurt his butt. So, but yeah, I'll remember that for the next time. But again, my hubby, he was like, we're not doing that again anymore. We're not going to do that anymore. You know, we got to give our bodies that break. You know, and do it like what we did in the past, where we drive anywhere from 8 to 10 hours. We stop for the night and then continue the trip. Terry, Nato, how are you guys doing tonight? The other... Uh-oh, we got people walking dogs, and you got dogs barking at each other. Bonjour, madam. Bonjour. Buongiorno. I don't know if you guys can hear the dogs barking. Yeah, I mean, it's nice, but of course, we were trying to save money, because most of the time, I mean, in the times that we've traveled and stopped at a hotel, we were paying anywhere from like $70-something was the lowest that we paid, to just over $100. And again, there was 4 of us, so I know that would have affected the fee as well. I know it didn't really change too much when we traveled with my mom to South Carolina and we stayed at a hotel, because that's 3 adults compared to having 4. So I don't know. I figured the minimum we would have been paying for a hotel for 4 people would have been at least $100. So yeah, part of it was we were just trying to save money, especially since it sucked. If you guys didn't watch my video that I posted the other day of how our shift went in South Carolina, it sucked. If we had done great, you know, if we made several $100s while we were out there, then I would have told my hubby, I was like, we're going to stop. We made money. We made enough money to not just pay for gas and food, but we're getting a hotel, doggone it. Couch, shower, sleep, pools, rinse and repeat. That would have been nice for the pool thing, especially since we didn't get to make it out to Myrtle Beach this time. The last handful of times that we made it out to to South Carolina, we ended up going to Myrtle Beach. So this time around, since it was a shorter visit, we didn't get a chance to do a getaway, even if it was just an overnight thing at Myrtle Beach, because it's about a 4-hour drive from where my in-laws live there in South Carolina. So It definitely can be. It definitely can be. Even, it's such a big difference. And we try to go cheap, McDonald's, but when you're paying for 4 people, and again, we try to do cheap, you're still spending almost $30, 25 or more dollars. I think the cheapest that we ended up paying for a meal for the 4 of us was over $20. And I think that was a breakfast though. But yeah, just think, $25. So yeah, and then plus gas. So yeah, and then if you throw in $100 or so in there for hotel. So, but either way, we're going to find a way if we're, the next time, there is not an if, but the next time we head out to South Carolina, we are not doing it as a straight drive. Bring the corn, bring the corn. My fast food is the grocery store. Yeah, it definitely was on this vacation. I need to do more of my sunset walks. I need to get out there. We're gonna get back to work tomorrow and doing the all day shift. So to work all day and hopefully make at least $200. Because on Thursday is my son-in-law's birthday. And so we won't be able to work all day as we normally would. So my son-in-law and my mother-in-law are both Aries in the house. Spark train efficiency. What's that supposed to mean, NATO? So yeah, my daughter is, yeah. Hi, Prince. Good evening. That's if you're in the States. Hopefully you're having a good day. I've got a smile on my face just because you guys are here keeping me company, but inside I am nervous. I am a little scared of what's going to happen. And all I can tell you guys is that I'm going to be editing the video, but it has to do with DoorDash. Fast food because of Spark. Ah, okay. Okay, I get you now. But oh, the other thing I will share about my DoorDash thing is that I got my first violation 2 weeks ago, a little over 2 weeks ago. So yeah. It was because I was late. Because when when that order came in, I was finishing it up on another order on a different app. But they are stickler, and the notification that I got showed that I was more than 12 minutes late, and their max for being late, I guess, just based off what I received for the notification, was 12 minutes, because that's excessive late. Hey Mario, good evening. I'm looking forward to the video, but I'm sad that you're having to be nervous about it. Yeah. And the crazy thing is, the other thing I will share is that I don't know you know, I don't know. I mean, something could still happen based off of what did happen and despite what the representative told me. You know, the fact that the incident did happen, I'm like, and in my hometown. So I'm like, they said there was no way for them to confirm. And I know all I'm doing is teasing you guys about what's going to happen, but I don't want to, you know, spoil it. I want you guys to go and watch that video. Which unfortunately I'm probably not going to release it until tomorrow morning because it's already after 8 o'clock and it would be too late for me to release a long form video. So it's not going to be released until tomorrow morning. But so yeah, and next to doing Walmart Spark, because that just pays so much better than all the other apps, I like doing DoorDash. I do like doing DoorDash. So I just hope nothing bad happens, even though they told me that everything is okay. So here's hoping that it was just a glitch. But oh, I don't know. Thank you, Olivia. So yeah, I'm supposed to be getting in there and figuring out what we're gonna do for dinner. I was thinking, which my husband was trying to rest before I left, so I didn't get a chance to tell him. I know he's watching, but oh, thank you, NATO. I already looked at what, you know, options for what we were gonna have. I wanted something simple, you know, and I was thinking that, you know, we could do soup and sandwiches, and then, or that we can do ramen, which I do love ramen. I love, you know, ramen noodles. And hey, Nina. Aw, thank you for being here. And I appreciate that. You know, and the cool thing is, because I've heard other people talking about, you know, what happened when they were going through something with DoorDash and fraud and whatnot. And some people even went as far as being deactivated because of the situation. Even though it had nothing to do with them, it wasn't their fault. You know, some people said they were deactivated. So that's where I'm hoping. I'm really, really, really hoping. And you guys, it'll all make sense once you guys watch the video tomorrow, that nothing comes of it. Because like I said, even though the hubby and I agree, there are a lot of times that it's trash offers that comes through, you know, I still say for a point, for the most part, you know, I like working DoorDash. So yep. But out of the food, it's a great filler. It is. That's why when we go to my daughter's zone where she lives and we're working mainly Spark, I'll still occasionally turn on DoorDash because, you know, especially when it's a little slow and we're just sitting there waiting for offers. I'm like, if DoorDash is going to throw us a bone now and then, may not be great offers, but it's better than sitting there waiting and nothing's coming through. And the other thing that's not too bad about working, unless it takes us on post, then we won't do that, because unless they're paying, you know, extra for the hassle of us having to go through the gate where, checking the ID and whatnot.
Are you talking to me?
Oops. Hey, Mom. I
Hey,
I think Jesse's too close to the car because now he's connected to the phone.
I know he called me. He said something, and I was like, and then you were on there, and I'm like, what's going on? Okay.
All right.
Yeah, later.
Love
Bye.
you.
Love you.
That's not the first time that's happened. I just saw that my husband's phone is connected to the car and it picked up. It did because he's still in the house and he needs to turn off his Bluetooth so it doesn't connect to the car again. That was funny. I just saw it pop up that his phone connected and I'm like, uh-oh. I do. I do Uber Eats occasionally, and what's crazy too is that the week before, um, and it's been a long time, I was actually able to make during the work week, during that work week, I was able to make, over $100. I think it was close to $200 on Uber Eats. I think it was like 2 weeks ago or something like that. And I was like, so it's crazy. That's why I still occasionally turn on Uber Eats and DoorDash, even though our main thing is to focus on Walmart Spark, because you just never know. You never know when they are going to just keep tossing out, decent. They may not be fantastic, but again, like Nina said, they make great fillers. So instead of sitting, waiting, 10, 20 minutes for an offer, you can spend that 20 minutes, even if it's only $8 to $10 doing an Uber Eats or DoorDash. It's a good filler. While we're still, and we can still accept an offer on Spark while we're doing those. I'm not a big fan of auto connect or automatically connecting. Yeah. I mean, my hubby, he likes to do that because he, what's the name of that app? I forgot what it's called, but it's commercial free radio stations that he has on there. And so instead of listening to the radio, which, as we're driving around, you can lose connection or it just gets really staticky. So, and this way he can control what kind of music he's listening to. Has it? I haven't noticed. I don't like keeping my Bluetooth on. But wait, what? I think you meant to say auto connect. Are you doing talk to text? That's funny. That's very funny. That is true, NATO. It's the same thing. The same thing. I'll look at that. I got a notification saying that in my town, DoorDash is busy. And I'm sure it is for dinner, but no worries, no worries. I have the music apps, so I have music to listen to while gigging. Exactly, exactly. That, and I forgot what the app is called, but that way he doesn't have to worry about every time he gets in the car, it just automatically connects. So he can set up the music, when we leave. And most of the time, he puts it on the 80s, some type of 80s radio station. And the other cool thing is that we can pick up a radio station from Guam so we can listen to my music. Well, not necessarily my music because they play all kinds of music, not just Guam or Chamorro music on there. So I have to ask him, unless he's watching and he can plug it in on what that app is, but All I know is it has to do with a wide array of different radio stations. TuneIn radio app, is it that one? I don't think that, I honestly don't know. And I guess since he hasn't chimed in yet, it's probably because he's on the phone with his mom. But is it iHeartRadio? I mean, I've heard of iHeartRadio. Is it that one? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know. But probably when I end the live stream and I edit the picture and the title, I'll leave it as a comment. Okay, Terry, thank you for being here. But I'm probably gonna go ahead and end this because I do have to go inside and figure out what we're gonna have for dinner. So we're looking at either soup and sandwiches or doing ramen noodles. And we have pork, beef, or chicken as the options. And I do like throwing in eggs towards the very end of the cooking. So it gets that nice scrambled egg looking or egg drop look to the ramen noodles. Bye, Terry. Good night. Thanks for being here again. But for everybody else that's watching, that's been here, thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. Like I said, be on the lookout for that DoorDash video tomorrow. And that way you guys will understand. Eggs 50 times the price of the... Tell me about it. That's why I enjoy every bite of my eggs. And we had eggs for breakfast too. But... so yeah, shoot, we can start, bartering with eggs, like all these people are poking fun, about, forget cash, how much can I get for a carton of eggs? Yep. But you guys enjoy the rest of your evening, whether you guys are out there, working, gig apps, meat puppets, crafting and whatnot. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Bye, y'all.